Welcome to the Full Tactical Range by Range Systems. I'm Beau Doboszenski, lead instructor for SEAL Mindset Training, and this is your handgun drill of the week. This week's drill of the week, we're going to specifically focus on dynamic weapon positions and engaging a multiple target setup. This week with dynamic weapon positions, the idea with dynamic weapon positions, it's a way of carrying your handgun outside of your holster. Now you may have had to deploy it against somebody for deterrence, or you've engaged one target, you're moving to an area of safety, whatever it is. But when we do a dynamic weapon position, the idea is that I can maintain proper muzzle and trigger finger awareness while I move from one place to another. This movement, we have 4 different dynamic weapon positions that we teach. Each one has a plus and a minus. So for example, the one hand high is very, very fast and mobile. I can run, but the firearm is very exposed. I'm not hiding anything. It's very, very clear where the firearm is. If I do a one-handed low, the one-handed low is much less exposed, but I can't move quite as fast because if I start to run, my legs will actually come out and sweep the muzzle with my feet. I don't want to do that either. So each of the position, there's a positive, there's a negative, and we have to work to explore those differences as we go along. Then with the multiple targets, we're going to be working line of sight. A line of sight target is where both targets are directly in my field of view. What this means for us is that when we transition from target 1 to target 2, I don't have to do anything different with the handgun. I shoot and I reset on target 1, keep all the sights aligned, finger on the trigger, move directly to target 2, and engage target number 2. When we start to get into inside 45 and outside 45, well, now there start to be some differences. But this is by far our fastest and easiest one to do, so it makes for a lot of fun and great for working trigger control and moving between those target transitions. I'm going to use 2 human-shaped silhouettes, ballpark 20 to 30 feet from me. Again, a lot of targets, handgun battles are in very, very, very close. So could be anywhere from 10 to 15 feet or even closer still. But now we start to work into retention work versus full presentation work. And retention work is something we typically have people come into SM to do versus teaching on platforms like this. But we have a very, very well-developed retention system that we offer. And with our 2 targets here, initially we're going to go center mass, but we can also move up to what we call center of face. That's everything from about the collarbones to the hairline and anything that you hit in those areas to try and get those targets to stop as quickly as you possibly can. When we shoot things like center mass, one author puts it as you're starting a hydraulic leak, and the hydraulic system will continue to run until the fluid's all the way out. But if you engage in the center of face, you're way more likely to turn the power off. And as soon as the power turns off, everything stops. Now, the giant risk with going center of face is that it's a small target. If you go to center of mass, it's a large target. It's easier to hit, especially under stress. But the further that we go along, the more control that we should have, even under high levels of stress, because our neural pathways should be well developed for putting the rounds exactly where we want to, when we want them to be there. So let's work this drill and get started. So dynamic weapon positions, again, just ways of carrying around the firearm to maintain proper muzzle and trigger finger awareness while the firearm is out of the holster. When we're engaging those target transitions, everything in the target transition is based upon what it is that we see. So in line of sight, I can clearly see both, which means gun, finger in the trigger, slack out, sight stay aligned, move from target 1 to target 2. Make sure with those transitions, you're always working both directions. So if you went left to right for the first one, go right to left on the next one so that you're used to going both directions, that you're not handicapped in a particular way. And with the dynamic weapon positions, play with those. Keep very close attention to your trigger finger awareness and your muzzle as you're starting to do them. And as quickly as possible with them, you want to be able to move so that the muzzle of the firearm is directed towards my target or my threat as quickly as I can. These kinds of drills are lots and lots of fun for working trigger finger rhythm and muzzle awareness and keeping those nice tight groups for speed. So work these drills, try them out, see how they feel for you, and we'll see you in the next drill of the week. Like what you saw? Subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep checking out the training blog for more tips and drills. If you'd like a PDF copy of this training drill, go to sealedmindsettraining.com and to the PDF download section. There, type in the promo code
drill number 34.